Let's turn from there to the other big story we've been tracking, the big fallout of former encounter specialist Sachin Vaze's arrest in the contentious Ambani bomb scare case. The Uddhav Thackeray government, under pressure, has transferred Mumbai's Police Commissioner Param Bir Singh, replacing him with Hemant Nagrale. Parambir has now been posted as DG Home Guards, considered by many as a demotion. The transfer of the top cop came just days after the arrest of the encounter specialist Sachin Vaze by the NIA in the Ambani bomb scare case. The BJP, though, is saying that this is only an attempt to save the political masters of the police in the Maha Aghadi government, and the party wants a full investigation into the entire case and all angles to be probed. I want to go at this moment to one of Mumbai's top cops. Former Police Commissioner Hemant Singh is joining me at this moment. Hemant Singh, you've been one of the most distinguished police commissioners of Mumbai on a day when the top cop has been transferred. Do you concede the events of the last few days, culminating in the transfer of Param Bir Singh as police commissioner, are a huge embarrassment for the Maharashtra government and the Mumbai police? Charges of extortion being made against the police by the opposition and possible involvement even in the murder of Mansukh Hiren.
Yes, indeed, Rajdeep. It's very embarrassing, and I think this whole episode has sullied the image of Mumbai police, and I particularly feel very sad about it. Let me tell you that this Sachin Vaze, who has been arrested, he was placed under suspension for many years, and he was allowed to come back and join the service again. In fact, in the meanwhile, in between, he had joined Shiv Sena. So he's a politician. Actually, he's a Shiv Sainik in police uniform. He should have been dismissed straight away when he joined the service, joined Shiv Sena, a political party. At that time itself, he should have been dismissed on disciplinary charges, because even under suspension, a government service servant is not supposed to join any political outfit, nor is he supposed to do any business. But he was involved in some business activities. He joined the Shiv Sena cadre, and he was member for many years. So this is very strange that such an officer was brought back in the service, and this is what you have it. Now,
you're making a very, very important point, Mr. Singh. You're saying Sachin Vaze should have been dismissed. He was essentially a Shiv Sainik in uniform, should never have been allowed to return to the service. That is the question I want to come to, because the fact is, an officer who is suspended, joins the Shiv Sena, sets up businesses, seems to travel in a Mercedes, is then brought back. That suggests that police officers are being used by the political leadership. Former Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis today said that Vaze and Parambir Singh are small fry. Find out who is behind them. That no officer could be carrying out this possible extortion racket that is being accused to Sachin Vaze without political patronage. Do you believe that this investigation must go beyond Sachin Vaze now?
Well, definitely he had political patronage. There is no doubt about it. There is no gainsaying. He was a politician, and therefore that's how he came in the service. He had a political patronage. There is no doubt about it. But his conduct in this whole case has been so suspicious that it needs a very thorough investigation. And I will be surprised that it is quite likely that there may be a very big bigger conspiracy. I leave it. I don't want to express an opinion, because the matter is an investigation with the NIA, and I'm sure NIA will find the truth. But my point is that it is a sad day for Mumbai police. It is sad that such an officer, a politician in uniform, was brought back in the service, and he was given all kinds of important positions, and he was allowed to handle high-profile cases, and he was involved in so many controversies. This is what has happened. I'm particularly very sad about this Bombay police.
I want to ask you in conclusion, I knew you as a very distinguished police officer, sir, in the 1990s. Many believe, though, in the last 2 decades, many policemen in Mumbai have been involved in extortions and encounter killings. Now questions once again been raised. Has the police, sir, become an arm of the political class for extortion? Is that what the Mumbai police has been reduced to, if I may use those words, sir?
Well, there has been a lot of talk about it, and I would not like to speculate on this, but I would only like to highlight the fact that a Mercedes car was in use with Sachin Vaze, and it was found just outside the police commissioner's office with 5 lakhs cash and a machine in it. I mean, that speaks volumes about the state of affairs. I do not want to say anything more than that. I think you can draw your own conclusions, and I would leave it to the investigators to find more details. But whatever goes on, I think Samna wrote a few days ago talking about a lot of corruption and all these extraordinary things going on in the police. That's a very sad day, and this needs to be looked into. But when such officers are being patronized by the political class, by the ministers, this is what you will have. You can't have a very clean police force if the politicians interfere in everything. The other day, some time back, the police commissioner had transferred some police officers, some deputy commissioners, and the chief minister took an umbrage and said that how can you transfer officers without my consent? And Bombay, I have a lot of political interest in Bombay. This I think is not proper, and I hope they have learned a lesson and they'll be more careful. The management of the police force should be left in the hands of the professional, that is the police commissioner. And police commissioner, it is up to him to take a stand and tell the politicians thus far and no further.
Very strong words from you, Hemant Singh, spoken like one of Mumbai's top cops and most respected cops. Appreciate your joining me. A Shiv Sainik in uniform is how you describe Sachin Vaze. Those words will ring true for many.